Younger people have been quitting their government jobs at a much faster rate. Is this surprising? Let's dig a little bit deeper into this attrition report and find out why. The report states that people under 30 are 1.5 times more likely to quit their government jobs. Now, government jobs offer stability and security, and it's for that reason I think a lot of the older workers gravitate more towards government work. Your 20s should be a decade that you're taking risk. Work for a startup. Try to start your own business. This is the decade where it's okay to fail. Because when you fail, you learn more about yourself. There are a lot of younger people that are trying to maximize their money by trading their time for money. And it makes sense because they have a lot more time on their hands. Maybe working for a consulting company or a sales company where your salary is pretty much unlimited, where you can actually put in 18, 20 hours of work a day because maybe you don't have kids, you do not have a mortgage. And there's more time to recover from financial failures. The age disparity is pretty evident when you walk into a federal agency. If you come on down to Washington, D.C. and you walk through any one of these federal agencies' headquarters buildings, you will notice right off the bat that there's more older workers. You'll see some younger workers in the building, but usually those younger workers, those are contractors. And the older workers are actually federal government employees. The average government attrition rate last year was 6.1%, meaning that for every 100 employees, 6 of them were quitting or retiring by the end of the year. But for employees under 30, this rate was at 8.5%. The rate varied slightly depending on agency, but the agency that was leading the way when it comes to attrition was the Department of Veteran Affairs. They had a full percentage point higher than any other agency in the government. And the way that this was explained was due to the pandemic, many healthcare professionals left their jobs. The agency with the lowest attrition rate was the GSA. So what GS grade levels are leaving the most? Well, you probably guessed it, the lower levels, GS1 to GS4. This isn't shocking because GS1 through GS4 barely make any money. We're talking about $23,000 to $40,000 a year, which is way lower than the national average. So we can assume that these workers probably left looking for a higher salary. The next group leaving are SES employees. These are the highest level of government. These are the executives. So these individuals, in order to become an executive in the government, it's taken for granted that you have a diverse skill set, or maybe you're highly specialized and focused. So you have a market value. You probably can leave and go to a civilian job or a private sector job and earn a lot more money. The report states that the government already struggles to attract and hire younger workers, which made me kind of curious. Because I make these videos on government employment, I wanted to see what is the age demographic of the people actually watching these videos. How old are you? I pulled this report and it shows me almost everyone who watches me is between 25 and 54 years old. So this pretty much matches the report for the most part, which leads a lot of people to believe that younger people are just not interested in a government career or a government job. If you're under 25 and you're watching this right now, drop me a comment below and let me know why a government job interests you. The lowest attrition rate was actually in the 40 to 49-year-old category. These workers are probably getting close to the finish line. They probably already have 10, 15, 20 years in the government. They're building up their pension, they're building up their TSP fund, and they're just kind of riding it out. And we also have prior military coming in. They put in 20, 25, 30 years in the military, then they come into the federal sector in order to earn an additional retirement. The biggest age for attrition goes to our over 60-year-old employees. And simply put, they're retiring. Just last year, 43,000 federal employees retired. And now they are drawing a pension. And the majority of them had 30 years in, and they're sitting somewhere right now drawing a pension of $2,000 or $2,500 a month. Interestingly enough, the federal employees in the DC area are calling it quits at a lower rate than the people outside of the DC area. And younger people quitting the federal government is not just in the public sector. If you look out into the private sector, one of the largest demographics that are quitting their jobs are the 20 to 29-year-old demographic. And the number one reason why they're quitting is because of low pay. Now, if you like the idea of having a pension, but you do not know if the government is right for you, well, you're in luck because other employers offer a guaranteed pension. And if you want to know who those employers are, I want you to watch this video next. If you want to see more videos like this, please click like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.